Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I hope I pushed all the right buttons. I'm having some technical difficulties. So if I'm actually out there in the world, somebody let me know and I will actually start. If not, I will stop and start again. Okay. Yes, okay. I am live. Hallelujah. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I had some technical difficulties. I am really sorry. I am not a real technical savvy, so I had to get some help. Welcome into the second week of Kidz Korner. I started saying Mom's Kidz Korner. Kidz Korner, brought to you from Somerset First United Methodist Virtual Campus. We are continuing our study on Advent, and I still can't hear myself through these earphones, so that drives me crazy. Okay. Um, I'm your host, Miss Bev, or some of you know me as Wabbit's mom. Hello, hi, Phelps. Hello, welcome in. I'm so glad because is my mic unmuted correctly? Well, it seems to be. Don't know for sure about anything at this point. Okay, is that working now? I don't have a red thing and I have a green light, so I'm going to assume that it's working correctly. Okay, okay, good deal. I'm learning, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. Once again, this is Kidz Korner from Somerset First United Methodist Church's virtual campus. I'm Miss Bev, or some of you know me as Wabbit's mom. I go by both because I am both. And some of my friends know me by different names, and that's okay. We all have nicknames and we get called different things, by different family members that we go by. We're going to continue our study on the Advent journey. And remember, we're going to be meeting for the next 2 Tuesdays after tonight. We have 2 more Tuesdays at the same time at 6:30, and we are studying about Advent. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can make this work. Here we go. Boom. Yes. Okay, good. I got my picture. We made an Advent wreath last week, or at least I showed you how to make an Advent wreath last week. It was a very large craft, and there wasn't time in an hour to do the whole thing on stream. So I showed you the steps, and I did get a picture from the Phelps family. They made a wreath. It was so beautiful, and thank you for sharing. If you do the craft, shoot me a picture of it. I would love to have it. It makes my heart happy to see you guys doing the things that we're going to do. Now, the craft we're going to do today, though, we can do together on stream. It's pretty fast, and I'll show you how to do all that. There's 2 ways to make it. So one way is fast and one way is not, and I'll show you both ways. Before we get started, tonight our theme is peace. We talked about hope last week. You can see our hope candle, and then our peace candle is the next one. So it is peace this week. Before we actually start anything, I'm going to give you the supply list you're going to need in case you didn't see it posted. You're going to need blue and white construction paper, white paint and a paintbrush, scissors, glue, a pencil, black and green markers, and cotton balls. Now, if you don't have paint, you can do this with white construction paper. You don't have to have the paint. I'm going to show you both ways. I'm not actually going to be painting my hand on stream. I'm just going to show you how to do it and so on, because I don't want to take the time to clean all that up. But I have one already dry to show you how to do it. But once again, blue and white construction paper, white paint, a paintbrush, scissors, glue, a pencil, a black and green marker, and cotton balls. We're going to use the cotton balls to make clouds. If you don't have cotton balls, you can always take white construction paper and cut you out some clouds and put them at the top. Okay, so let's review last week. Last week we talked about Advent as the 4 weeks before Christmas, a time when we celebrate the gifts that we have because Jesus came to us. We made an Advent wreath, and I've got the picture up there to show you, and we learned about the first candle, hope. Well, hope is like a light shining in the dark, reminding us that because of God's promise, we never have to feel lost. This week, we're going to talk about peace. Now, there are lots of ways to define peace. You've got a quiet moment, a time without fighting or without wars. A greeting, peace be with you. We say that in church sometimes. Or even a fun goodbye, we say, peace out. Those are many, many ways to talk about peace. But what does peace mean during Advent? You might remember that the angels, when they appeared to the shepherd, they said, peace on earth, goodwill to men. And Jesus is often called the Prince of Peace because he taught us how to share peace with others, with friends, strangers, even people we disagree with, we can have peace with, and how to find peace in our own hearts. The Bible talks about peace over 400 times. So we must know that peace is important if it talks about it that many times. Last week we said that hope was a light in a dark place, and this week, peace is how we share that light with others who might not have hope yet. So hope and peace work together like two candles standing side by side. So our scripture this week, and let me switch things here. Okay, our scripture this week is Isaiah 11, 1 through 10. A shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse, from his roots. A branch will bear fruit. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and of understanding, the Spirit of counsel and of power, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. And he will delight in the fear of the Lord. He will not judge by what he sees with his eyes, or decide by what he hears with his ears. But with righteousness he will judge the needy. With justice he will give decisions for the poor of the earth. He will strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and the breath of his lips will slay the wicked. Righteousness will be his belt, and faithfulness the sash around his waist. The wolf will live with the lamb, and the leopard will lie down with the goat. The calf and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them. The cow will feed with the bear, the young will lie down together, and the lion will eat straw like an ox. The infant will play near the hole of the cobra, and the young will put his hand into the viper's nest. They will neither harm nor destroy on all my holy mountain. For the earth will be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. In that day, the root of Jesse will stand as a banner for the peoples. The nations will rally to him, and his place of rest will be glorious. Advent reminds us that we are a people who share a story, the story of Jesus, who brings peace by caring for the poor, the meek, and all of God's creation. We look forward to the day when Isaiah 11:6 says, the wolf will live with the lamb, and a little child shall lead them. As Christians, we choose to live out that peace today, seeking goodness of all God's creation. Seeking goodness for all God's creation. The candle of peace reminds us that we are called to shine the light into the place where the world feels dark, until the day when everything lives together in harmony. Let me lay my paper over here. I have to have everything laid out or I get lost. Okay, so we're talking about peace this week. And I like the meanings of peace. We can, a quiet moment, no more fighting, not a time of not fighting, of peace be with you, or peace out if you're saying goodbye to someone. So I think that's a really interesting thing, peace. Okay, we are going to do a couple of songs. We're going to do our story, and then we are going to do a craft. Before I start any of that again, I'm going to give you that list one more time of things that you'll need in case you haven't had time to gather your things together. And this is driving me crazy. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can scoop things around. There we go. Oscar's waiting to sing. Well, tell Oscar we're getting ready to sing, so tell him to get his listening ears on because we're going to sing right now in just a minute. You're going to need blue and white construction paper, white paint, a paintbrush, scissors, glue, a pencil, black and green markers, and cotton balls. Because we are going to make a dove today because we're doing peace. Okay, so we're going to sing. So let me switch things over here. Give me 1 second to click the right buttons. I don't have this set exactly right, so I'm having trouble seeing. There we go. Now I've got it set right. This one. That one, yes. Okay. This is the Advent song that we started last week. We are going to sing the first verse, and then we're going to sing the chorus, and then we're going to learn the second verse, and then we'll sing it all again. Like I said last week, we're just going to learn this a week at a time because it's got a verse for each week, and we're going to learn it a week at a time. So here we go. Advent is the time we wait and pray for Jesus to be born on Christmas Day. Each week we light a candle bright, a little flame of faith and light. Week 1, the candle of hope. Light the candle, hope begins. Jesus' love will heal our sins. Prophets told of his birth one day. Our hearts are ready, show the way. Light the candles one by one till the Christ has come. Hope and peace, then joy and love shine through us, O Lord above. Here's the new one. Week 2, the candle of peace. Light the candle, peace will glow. Trust in God and let it show. Calm our hearts, our fears release. Jesus, come and bring us peace. Before we go on, let's sing that one more time so you'll learn it, okay? Here we go. Week 2, the candle of peace. Light the candles, peace will glow. Trust in God and let it show. Calm our hearts, our fears release. Jesus, come and bring us peace. Light the candle one by one till the world rejoices. Christ has come. Hope and peace, then joy and love shine through us, O Lord above. And that's all we're going to learn this week, but we'll sing it all again. We'll start at the top. We'll sing the beginning, week 1, the chorus, week 2, and the chorus again. Because this is our song that we're going to do every week. And by the end, we'll have the whole song learned, okay? Yeah, this one is fun. Now, the next one we're going to do is a church, what I call a church song. More of a church song rather than just a fun song. So we'll do a fun song today and a church song today. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? And before I go on, let me let you all know, if you guys are out there listening, say hi in the comments or I'm here or something. That way it lets me know that you guys are out there listening. It makes my heart happy. So if you don't care to do that, if you're out there listening to me, just let me know that you're here. That would be wonderful. All right. Are we ready to sing this song? I know you guys are out there singing with me. Let me throw that back over my shoulder. It's in my way. Okay, here we go. Advent is the time we wait and pray for Jesus to be born on Christmas Day. Each week we light a candle bright, a little flame of faith and light. Week 1, the candle of hope. Light the candle, hope begins. Jesus' love will heal our sins. Prophets told of his birth one day. Our hearts are ready, show the way. Light the candles one by one till the world rejoices. Christ has come. Hope and peace, then joy and love shine through us, O Lord above. Week 2, the candle of peace. Light the candle, peace will glow. Trust in God and let it show. Calm our hearts, our fears release. Jesus, come and bring us peace. Light the candles one by one till the world rejoices. Christ has come. Hope and peace, then joy and love shine through us, O Lord above. Good job. I know you guys sang out there. Good job. Okay. All right. That was the Advent song, and we are going to learn a song this week called Come and Enter In. As soon as I get things scooched around here to where I can see. Okay. This one is more of a church song. It sounds like something you would sing in church because it really is. Hello, baby. Go lay down. My doggy wants to play. All right, here we go. This is called Come and Enter In. It's really easy to pick up. I will sing it through one time so you can hear it. And then the second time, you guys sing along with me. I know you're out there singing with me, and I really like that. So you ready? Okay, here we go. Enter in the story long ago foretold. Unto us a child is born to save. Hope amid the longing, love that thrills the soul, joy to the earth and peace that calms the storm. Come and enter in. come and enter in. Yeah, my doggy likes my singing too. I think she's sitting at my feet looking up at me. At the end of the stream, I'll try to pick her up and let y'all see her if she hangs around here with me. And I think she probably will, because my girls were here and they left. So she's come to me since they've left. All right, you've heard me sing it this once, so I'm going to sing it again. I want y'all to sing along out there in internet land. Sing along with me. Are you ready? Okay. Enter in the story long ago foretold. Unto us a child is born to save. Hope amid the longing, love that thrills the soul. Joy to the earth and peace that calms the storm. Come and enter in. Come and enter in. You know, if you had two people, this song would make a beautiful call and response song. And what I mean by that is two people singing at the kind of at the same time. The first person would say, enter in the story. And the second person would say, enter in the story. Long ago foretold, unto us a child is born to save. Hope amid the longing, love that thrills the soul, You'd have call and response if you had two people, but there's just me here, so I really can't sing both parts, although I do try. But I think it's a lovely song. I think it's so pretty. I think I even gave to the choir leader, hoping we might do it for a call to prayer in church one day, because I think it's lovely. So anyway, that's Come and Enter In. Okay, we have sung a song. Actually, we've sung two songs. We're going to read our book. I forgot last week and got the order all messed around. You go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. And we're going to read our book before we do our craft this week. I talked to several people about trying to read the book under my craft camera, and I could do that, but it would be upside down. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. It is a pretty song. I thought it was lovely. I was searching Advent songs and just happened to stumble upon it. I thought it was so pretty. So our book today is called Little Jesus and the Lonely Puppy. It's by Kimberly Gordon, Viviana Camille, and Olivia Francine, and they are the writers, the authors, and it's illustrated by Folks and Fables, and this is what it looks like. Little Jesus and the Lonely Puppy. It's a really cute story, and if you listen for the big folks, there's some really meaningful passages in here that the big folks can catch, I think. The little folks may not, but and it has a glossary in the back, because it has some words that they're not sure we know how to pronounce. So they gave me a glossary. So one of the words is Abba, which means father in both Hebrew and Aramaic, and it's pronounced Abba. And Ima is mother in Hebrew and Arabic. It's sometimes spelled Ima. In this book, it's spelled Imma. And it's pronounced Ima. And Saba is grandfather in Hebrew and Aramaic. It's pronounced Saba. I hope I'm doing these right. And then Shalom, a greeting or farewell often spoken by Jewish people, pronounced Shalom. And so here's that glossary that tells me how to pronounce the words. So here we go. Little Jesus and the Lonely Puppy. Wake up, sleepyhead. Oh, Abba, little Jesus said to his father, I don't have school today, and I did my chores last evening. There's no need to get up so early. Oh, but there is. We're all going to the market, and Dabby is coming with us to help. Abba handed little Jesus his sandals. Don't take too long getting ready. So here he is. He's telling him, get up, we're going to the market. See if I've got my camera in a different place, so I'm having to learn how to use this. I had to raise my camera up after I got a different monitor. Little Jesus slipped his feet into the sandals as soon as his feet touched the floor. Nobody had to ask him twice to go to the market. Little Jesus' job was to guide Dabby, the strong donkey who lived with the family. The market wasn't far from the family's home. Along the roads there were many tables and baskets with all sorts of things for sale. The neighborhoods in Nazareth had many different shops. Shops with candles and others with cooking items, shops with cloth and others with clothing. Best of all, there were always lots of people for little Jesus to meet. So there they are on their way to the market. There's their donkey, Dabby. Dabby, the donkey. Near the candle shop, there often sat an old man who reminded little Jesus of his own grandfathers. Little Jesus called this man Saba, just like he called his Saba Jacob and his Saba Joachim. This Saba's eyes were white and he was not able to see anymore. A bird perched on Saba's leg. The bird coo-cooed every time little Jesus was near. Though Saba was blind, he was a kind man and showed everyone who stopped to visit how to gently pet the bird's little blue head. "Come along, little Jesus," his mother called. Little Jesus told Saba shalom, and he and Dabby hurried to catch up with Emma. So there he is petting the little bird. The next stop was to buy milk and cheese. While waiting outside with Dabby, little Jesus saw two of his friends tending to a sheep. "Hi, girls," he called out. "Hi, little Jesus. Isn't you a lovely mother?" Vivian asked. "Yes," he replied, "but how do you know it's a mother?" "Because here is her baby," Olivia answered. "This lamb is her baby. Isn't he so cute?" Little Jesus placed his hands around the face of the little lamb and rubbed his nose against the little lamb's nose. "He likes you, little Jesus," Viviana squealed, and just as she spoke, the little lamb scampered away from the children. Uh-oh. It scampered away. Let's see what's going to happen. "Watch out! Catch the lamb before he gets hit by a cart!" Little Jesus shouted to the girls as he held on to Dabby. Viviana handed little Jesus the ewe's rope, and as she joined Olivia to catch the lamb. The little creature ran back and forth across the road with the girls trailing behind. "Come here, little lamb," little Jesus called out. "I will protect you." And in the blink of an eye, the little lamb scurried over to little Jesus and the ewe. "Thank you, little Jesus," Viviana said. "How did you do that?" she wondered out loud. "That little lamb knew your voice and came straight to you." "He is smart. Our lamb is so smart," added Olivia. The lamb knew little Jesus' voice. Little Jesus called Emma, "It's time to go." When Abba and Emma came around the corner, the girls happily shared how the lamb had run off and was in danger. "We couldn't believe that this little lamb came straight to little Jesus when he called it," Viviana explained. Emma praised little Jesus. "Our Creator expects us to care for all creation, including lambs. I'm proud of the three of you for caring for this mother sheep and her little baby lamb." "And let's not forget our good old boy Dabby," Emma added as she scratched the donkey between its ears. "Hee-haw," added Dabby. After the girls shared one last thank you, the family set off to their final shop, a bakery. This time little Jesus and Dabby settled in the shade of a large fig tree to wait. So there they are waiting. Let's see what happens. His hands are dry. A cool breeze rustled the leaves overhead. Dabby and little Jesus were resting quietly when Dabby shifted his feet and brayed softly. "Shh," whispered little Jesus. Dabby stomped a hoof. "What now?" asked little Jesus as he looked around them. He spotted a small dark object with big eyes hiding behind the tree trunk in the shadows. "What is it, Dabby? Did that dark thing scare you?" little Jesus asked. The boy rose to his feet and tiptoed toward the dark ball. As he got closer, the dark ball darted toward little Jesus. Look in the tree at the little eyes. "A puppy!" the boy exclaimed. "Where Where's your mother? Are there no people looking out for you? Dabby shook his head back and forth as if to say the puppy was all alone. Oh, you cute little puppy, you must have a family. At just that moment, Abba and Emma came out of the baker's shop. Emma placed a loaf of bread into Dabby's basket before noticing the little black ball of fur sitting in little Jesus' lap. What have we here? She asked. It's a puppy, and he has no family. Can we keep him? Little Jesus begged. I think this is a cute story. Son, dogs are messy and we don't have any livestock that needs tending, Abba replied sternly. But Abba, remember what Emma said? Our Creator wants us to care for all creatures. I will care for him and I will teach him to be a good dog. What do you think, Emma? Abba continued. Little Jesus has a point. How can we say that this creature is any less deserving than the lamb? Emma paused. She and Abba then spoke in whispers as little Jesus and Dabby waited. They're discussing it, aren't they? That's what mamas and daddies do. They discuss whether they're going to let you have whatever you want. Emma turned to look directly at little Jesus and continued, You must care for and protect this little dog, said Abba. This will help little Jesus learn how to be a good shepherd. That settles it. This little puppy will be the responsibility of little Jesus, Abba said. Abba continued, Son, you will be responsible for feeding and watering this creature. You will teach it to follow commands and gently correct it when it disobeys. But mostly, son, you will give the puppy a safe home where it can grow and be happy. Thank you, Abba and Emma, thank you, little Jesus shrieked as he picked up the little ball of black fur. Just wait till we get home. We are going to have so many adventures. You'll meet my cousins and my friends, and I will call you Wolfie. What? Wolfie? Abba asked. Why Wolfie? Emma asked. Abba, do you remember the story you told me? The one from the scriptures? You said that the wolf will live with the lamb, and the leopard with the goat, and the calf with the lion. I am a child, but know that Wolfie and I will be happy together and do good things for many people. Emma poked Abba in the ribs and laughed and said, I don't think we can argue with that. She began singing one of her favorite praise songs as the family walked home with their new addition, Wolfie, the little black puppy. The end. I love that where it says, I'm a child, but I know we'll be happy together and do good things for many people. Doesn't that describe Jesus? Oh, I'm going to show you one more thing in this book before we quit. It has a map in the back of it. A regional map of where Jesus lived. Egypt, Bethlehem, the Jordan River, the Sea of Galilee, and Nazareth. And then, of course, it's got the family tree of the people in the book. It's got little Jesus. Let me get it where you can see it. Little Jesus. Abba, Joseph, and Emma, Mary. And then Savata, Rachel, and Saba, Jacob, grandparents. And Savata, Ann, and Saba, Joachim, grandparents. I just thought it was a really cute little book for us to read today. Okay. Sang our songs, read our book, and I got it in the right order this week. I didn't mess up and get it out of the wrong order. Oh, Jasper was a little black dog, was abandoned in the Walmart parking lot just like this little puppy was lost. He's with you now for many years later. Oh, that's wonderful. It's wonderful, wonderful. Okay, we're going to do our craft. Now, before we do that, I am going to mute my mic and slide it over because I didn't think you could hear me very well last week, although I think that might have been. Let me do this. If I don't mute it, you'll hear it go thump whenever I set it down. I didn't want you to hear that. Okay. We are going to go. I'll figure out where it's at. The craft camera. There we go. Watch out, Roxy. There we go. Mommy's don't want to step on you. Okay. We are going to make a dove. And this is what it's going to look like. I've got to turn this way so you can see it. It's upside down for me, but you can see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our white construction paper and trace our hand. And we're going to glue it onto the paper. Draw a little wing on it, a little eye and a beak, and then a little stick that it's carried, and put some little leaves on it. And then the cotton balls are our clouds. Now, like I said, if you don't have cotton balls, you can always cut out some clouds out of white construction paper and make your clouds. Now, I also told you we could do this 2 different ways. We could also do this with paint. Now, I'm not real happy with the paint way this turns out, but we're going to do it. So here's my hand painted on there. I had to let it get dry because if I did it on stream, it would be wet. We couldn't draw on it. So what you're going to do when you do it with paint is you're going to take your paint and you're just going to paint the paint all over your hand like that till you get paint on your hand. Or you can pour enough paint in a bowl that you can put your hand down in it, and then you're going to put it down on your paper. So let's finish this one up with paint before we do the one with construction paper. Or am I doing that backwards? No, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm doing that backwards. You probably need to, if you're going to do paint, it will need to dry. So it won't matter. You're going to have to wait for yours to dry anyway. So I'm going to show you how to finish this up with, finish this paint one up, and then we'll make the construction paper one. Okay, now I've got the plan in mind. All right, so I've already got my hand painted and my print made on there, and it dried. We have to have it dry in order to draw on it. So I'm going to get my 2 markers out. I need a black marker and a green marker. And I also need a pencil. Come here, little pencil. Because, you know me, I like to write with pencil first, so in case I make a mistake, I can erase it and start again. So let me make sure I got this where y'all can see it. Okay, good deal. Y'all can see it right there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the wing onto our thing. I made one of these using my handprint, but I didn't like the way it turned out. I made it too fat. I was trying to make the wings with a paintbrush instead of just making my fingers, and I didn't like this one, but I like this one better. So we will go ahead and make this one. So we're going to make a wing, and all we're doing is making an upside down M. So we're just going to go and make our wing. So there's a wing. Easy, easy peasy. Okay, then we're going to put an eye up here. Put our eye right here. And then our beak. And it's just a triangle. I like things that are simple. I can draw those. I'm not a very good person to draw, so I like simple things. So there's my beak, okay? And then it's got a like a it's not a string, like a vine. My mind's not working tonight. Like a vine coming out of its beak, okay? And we're going to put some leaves on the vine. And you just draw little leaf shapes. And color them in. Excuse me, my nose is running. I was out at the parade the other day, and then we had our Christmas concert, so my voice is not as good as it should be, but that's okay. We're doing fine. And then we've got our little leaves on there. I'm going to put one here on the end. And if you want, you can take your black marker and draw a line in the middle of your leaf to make it a little more definition. Just draw a little line in it. So there's our dove. Now, at the bottom, we're going to write peace. So I'm going to use my pencil first because, you know, if I make a mistake, I can erase it, and then I'll go over it with my marker. So peace. P-E-A-C-E. And see, I don't like the way that looks, so I'm going to erase that C out and start again. I made it too big. There, that's much better. Okay, now I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to trace over it. And this paper is very dark, so I have to lean in to where I can see it. P, E, A, C, E. Peace. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the clouds. And I'm going to take my cotton balls and I'm just going to tear them up. Now you can do this however you want, how big of cloud you want, how many you want to, how far you want to go across. I'm just going to tear it up like that and lay it on there. And I'm going to tear all three of them up and kind of lay them out and see if I need to space them differently or not. Come on. Sometimes they can be hateful. And like I told you, if you don't have cotton balls, you can always cut clouds out with white construction paper. I'll tell you a secret. I didn't have any cotton balls when I got ready to do this craft. I had to buy some. Most of the time you have them in your house, but I've been buying those cotton round things instead of cotton balls, and I didn't think I could do the same thing with the cotton rounds. Okay, so let's see how I'm going to get my clouds in here. I think I like it like that. Okay. Okay, good deal. So now I'm going to take my glue, and I'm just going to use my glue stick because I think it'll hold it. Get it open here. Roll the glue up, and I'm going to pick up one of my clouds and put the glue where I think I want it. And then put my cotton ball back on it and kind of push down. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the others to make my clouds. And that's it. We've made one with paint. Now, albeit I had to do the paint ahead of time so it would be dry. Now I'm going to show you how to do the one with construction paper. Let's put the lid back on the glue stick. We must always put our lids back on our glue sticks and our markers. If we don't, they'll dry out and we won't have them to use. So here's the one with paint. So let's lay it aside. And we're actually going to make the one with construction paper on stream because it doesn't take very long. I'll show you how. So here's my blue sheet for the bottom, and I'm going to lay it this way so it's not curled up. There's my bottom. But first I need my handprint. Like we did last week when we traced our hands, we're going to trace our hand again to make our dove. So I'm going to put my hand out like this. I'm going to kind of turn it because I want my hand that way. So I'm going to kind of turn it. So I'm going to trace my hand. And when I cut it, I'm going to try to cut it a little smaller than my fingers are and make it kind of pointy at the end so that it looks more like feathers on my little dove. Now, I'm going to not make it quite as big as my hand was, make it a little smaller. And then we'll cut this out. First I'm going to cut it in half so I don't waste that half a sheet of paper. I'll put that over here and I can use that another day. Okay, so can you see what I'm doing? Now I'm going to cut this out. And I'm going to go inside of the pencil mark so none of it shows. And I'm going to try to cut this a little smaller than my fingers are. And I'm going to kind of point it so it looks kind of like feathers. You have to take your time when you're cutting out. It's not something that you can really rush, or at least I have to take my time because I will mess up if I don't. almost got our hand cut out. This one is an easier craft than we did last week. The Advent wreath was a very large craft, and like I told you, it took more time. Now, okay, so that kind of looks like a dove. That's not too bad. Put that in the trash. Okay, let me switch this camera real quick. I'm going to take it off my face and just put it where you can see the craft for a minute, so you can see while I'm working on it, okay? So we're going to take our dove and we're going to kind of lay him this direction, so his little head's up this way, and we can do our vine down this way. So we're going to turn him over. We're going to put glue on it. You want glue all over the back so it'll lay down. And I'll put the lid back on that in just a second. Let me go ahead and get my dove in place. Okay, and you see what I did? I went up too far. Let's take him down a little farther, because if I don't, I won't have room for my clouds. See, crafting is not exact. You just kind of do it by trial and error. You learn as you go. So roll up the glue and put that away. Make sure the lid's on it so I can use it another day. But now that I've done that, I see that I did not get enough glue on my finger here. So let's fix that. You could also use the bottle glue. It's just so wet that I thought it would be better to use the glue stick. Okay, there we go. Lid back on my glue. Now I'll switch you back to the face camera so you can see me if you want. Okay, there I'm back. Okay, so we've got our handprint cut out and our dove glued on. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the paint. We're going to take our black magic marker, and we're going to make an upside down M for the wing. There's our wing. We're going to give him a little eye. And we're going to give him a beak. Okay. And then we're going to draw the vine down that he's carrying. Okay, then I'm going to put my black marker away for a minute and get my green marker out and make some more leaves, just like we did with the painted version. This is just a faster version. If you don't want to wait on paint to dry, then you can do it this way and you'll have it very quickly. So we'll get some leaves drawn onto our vine. I'm not the best drawer, but make like kind of little half circle things. So there's my leaves. And I'm going to take my black magic marker and put the little lines in the leaves because I think it makes it look a little bit better. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I'm going to put them in there. Okay. Now, we've got our dove made, holding its little vine. We're going to write the word peace. Now, I made my, can't write with a paintbrush, can I? I made my vine a little long, so I'm going to put the word peace over here. You can put it anywhere. You could put it here if you wanted to, but I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to say peace. So P E A C E, peace. I'm going to take my black magic marker and I'm going to trace over it. I use the pencil first in case I make a mistake. That way I don't feel like I've messed the whole thing up if I make a mistake. And sometimes I do make mistakes in writing. We all make mistakes. Okay, there we go. We've got peace written in there. Now, all we lack is our cotton balls to make our sky. So I've got 3 cotton balls, which is what I used on the other one. And I'm going to tear them up and make me some clouds. Now, if you wanted to and you like to paint, you could also paint clouds off the top. I'm not the best painter either, but you could paint clouds at the top. You could make them out of construction paper. You could paint them. You could take a white crayon and draw them on. There are many, 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 many ways to do this. Okay, we've got one more to tear up. Okay, we're doing good on time. I like to make sure that I don't go over an hour because I know that littles need to go to bed at a pretty early time, so I try not to go over an hour. So we're doing great on time. I got started a few minutes late because I had some issues. I didn't click something correctly and I had to get Joanna to help me. She helped me and then she went on home. She got me started and then she went home. Okay, so there we go. Let's put some glue down. Pick up my cotton ball, roll my glue up. Okay. Now I made that cloud with a hole in it on purpose. I thought that was cute. All right, we'll pick that one up. Put some glue on it. This is a very easy craft. Next week's craft is not quite as easy, but it is easy. And I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes. And we'll put our last cloud on here. Now I'm going to put my lid on my glue so that I don't let it dry out. I've got my little box with all my stuff in here. All right, let's get this last cloud put in place. It's sticking to me. I've got glue on my fingers. And there it is. We made a dove for peace. Peace. Let me switch it to the big camera. There we go. A dove for peace, which I thought it was really pretty. So this is the one that we made tonight. This is the one that I made off camera. Looks about the same, except my fingers will cut out a little bit different. And then this is the one that we did with the paint. Now I had to go ahead and paint ahead of time or it wouldn't be dry and I couldn't draw on it and show it to you. So you could do it either way. You could also do these clouds with a crayon, with a marker, with construction paper, with paint if you didn't want to use the cotton balls. But there is our craft for today, a dove for peace. Okay, let me get us switched back and I am going to mute you just 1 second. If I move that mic and it's on, it makes a noise and I don't want to put y'all through that. Okay, so before we say goodbye, I'm going to sing our songs one more time and remind you that we have 2 more Tuesdays together. We are going to do next week. Next week's theme is joy. And we are going to sing some songs. We are going to make another craft, which I'll tell you what we're going to make in 1 second. And we are going to have another book. Next week, we're going to make a shaker because we're going to sing, I've got the joy of Jesus down in my heart. So we're going to sing that next week and shake our musical shaker. So we are going to make a musical shaker. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need 2 clear plastic cups, or if you don't have clear ones, you can use like a red Solo cup. Or you could use a plastic bottle with a lid that's see-through, or if it's not see-through, but it's best to see-through so you can see your pretty things that you put in it. So you're going to use 2 clear plastic cups. Here, wait. We're going to make a shaker next week. And see all the pretty things inside of it? Okay, so if you use the clear cups, then you can see the pretty things inside of it, or a clear bottle with a lid will work. You'll need I used colored tape, decorative tape, and then I put clear packing tape over it to hold it together well. So tape, cups, something to go inside to make the shaking sound. I used macaroni because it's what I had. You could use macaroni, you could use beads, you could use dried beans, little tiny rocks, whatever you have, but you need to gather up something that you can use to make sound with, to make our shakers with next week. And then I put in like some pieces of ribbon and some little, I call it table scatter that you buy for holidays, and some little gems and so on. I'm sure in your craft boxes you have some little pretty things that you could stick in there with it to make it pretty. And you'll need stickers and scissors. So cups, tape, something to go inside to make the sound, beans, macaroni, beads, something pretty to make it pretty inside with, and stickers to put on the outside, and your scissors. So that's what we're going to make next week. We're going to make a shaker. So let me pop back to our Advent song real quick. We'll run through our songs. Have I got time? Yeah, we'll have to do it quickly. I've got 5 minutes. Let's run through our songs really quickly again. Okay. Advent is the time we wait and pray for Jesus to be born on Christmas Day. Each week we light a candle bright, a little flame of faith and light. Week 1, the candle of hope. Light the candle, hope begins. Jesus' love will heal our sins. Prophets told of his birth one day. Our hearts already show the way. Light the candles one by one, till the world rejoices Christ has come. Hope and peace, then joy and love, shine through us, O Lord above. Week 2, the candle of peace. Light the candle, peace will glow. Trust in God and let it show. Calm our hearts, our fears release. Jesus, come and bring us peace. Light the candles one by one, till the world rejoices Christ has come. Hope and peace, then joy and love, shine through us, O Lord above. Good job. Okay, Come and Enter In was our other song we learned tonight. Let's see, hang on, let me see what this says. I have to move this around so I can see. Oops, sorry. Pooey. Pooey. Okay, thank you. It came out pretty good. I don't know if my paint was old or what, but I had some trouble with the paint one. But yeah, it turned out pretty good after I fiddled. I think I messed up about 3 before I actually got one that I like the look of. Okay, here's our last song. Enter in the story, long ago foretold. Unto us a child is born to save. Hope amid the longing, love that thrills the soul. Joy to the earth and peace that calms the storm. Come and enter in. Come and enter in. Okay, so remind everybody we have 2 more Tuesdays. I hope everybody will come and join me. Come here, Roxy. Come here. Let's show everybody what you look like. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come up. Come up. This is Roxanne. Say hello. Say hello. This is my baby. This is Roxanne. She has laid here and been so kind, so I thought I would let everybody see her this before we said goodbye tonight. You gonna tell everybody goodbye? You gonna tell them goodbye? Huh? You gonna tell them goodbye? All right. So next week, like I said, we're gonna make a shaker. Make sure you get your cups and your tape and your beads or macaroni or rocks, whatever you want to use to make the sound with, and the pretty things to put in and make it pretty, and the stickers to put on the outside. And let's put you down. I need to have my hands. Thank you. I will say what I always say before I leave you, and that is love to all, be safe, and be kind to one another. That's it. I'll see you next week on Kidz Korner, same time, same place. Miss Bev, out. Bye, guys.